everybody, my name is Biggles and I'm coming to you with a game review for Back 4 Blood. I currently have close to 3 days of playtime on this game. I do not like the PvP at all in this game, so we're not going to be talking about it, and I'll deduct 1 point of the total score of the game because of the PvP. I'm not going to let the PvP completely ruin my score on this game. It's just going to be there. We're going to go over the gameplay, the gun system, the characters, the deck system, what I like and what I dislike about this game. The gameplay of this game is a co-op survival zombie game. You work your way together going through waves of Ridden. Ridden are basically the zombies. You carry 3 accessories and 2 weapons. The 3 accessory types are quick, support, and offensive. With a card, you can have 2 primary weapons, but mostly it's a primary weapon and a sidearm. You have a push ability to keep zombies away from getting on top of you. You work your way through the city outside of Fort Hope. Fort Hope is the main place that you try to get to during Act 1, and then outside of Fort Hope is where Act 2 and 3 take place. There's given objectives that you have to do, and each time the objective is the same on the map, but you get different corruption cards, which changes how the map plays, so it's different every time. You get a new card from your deck. We'll go over deck systems a little bit later on in the review. Another mechanic in the game are hazards. Hazards are going to be when you trigger an alarm, like a car alarm, a door alarm, or if you scare some birds, you're going to have to deal with waves of Ridden for a good amount of time, and they're going to try to kill you, and it's very punishing if you mess up, and you alert the hordes. As I just mentioned, there is a deck system to this game. You have multiple ways to play this game thanks to the deck system. You can build melee, you can build tank, you can build super offensive, or you can even build support, which is for heals. In order to get more cards for your deck, you can get supply points. Now, supply points are by basically playing the game. There are levels where you are very quick and you can farm your supply points. There's 3 supply lines that you have. The top one is basically your offensive one, your middle one's more of your tank supporty, and your bottom one's more for your melee. It's a stamina build. You can run faster, swing more with the melee weapons, push them off you more. So that's basically what it is. I've tried out about 6 different decks. If you want to play on the higher difficulties, you want to put your points in the first line first, because there is a perk that removes friendly fire if you are crouched. So top one if you want to play more of the higher difficulties. It takes an extremely long time to get your supply points, or to clear out your supply lines. There's so many, so you always have something to work for. The gun system in this game gives you a primary weapon and a side weapon, as I said before. And the side weapon will also be where your melee weapon is. Each gun can be upgraded with attachments. As you proceed further in the story, you have access to stronger versions of the same gun. So it's the common, the green, the blue, the purple weapon system. And your attachments will have the same way. They'll be green, they'll be blue, purple, and then they have the legendary, which is orange. However, due to the inability to remove the attachments from your previous gun and put them onto your newer gun, it's not always best to switch to a better weapon as you go. There is a workaround that you can do in order to replace attachments, but you have to hope that the same attachment of like a lower quality is around, that you can just swap them out as you switch your gun. It's a lot of work. And sometimes it takes like 10 minutes just to run back to a spot, switch out your attachments, run back to where you were. And on some levels, the horde would be called again at that time, and you would be in a lot of trouble just to switch your weapon. So sometimes it's best to just keep the weapon that you have if the attachments are better. As you go along, you'll lose out on some damage, but usually if your attachments are better for damage, it's just handling, which I don't really see much of any improvement or like difference in it unless it's weapon swap. I personally do not like this system. Now let's talk about what I like about this game. Like I stated before, I really love the characters. I also like how punishing the game can be if you trigger the hazards. I like how the corruption cards change the level each time you play, so it's different every time. The last thing I like is the deck system, because it allows you to change how you play, and if I play a different way each time, that gives the game more replayability, which is a very good thing to keep the game alive. The part you've all been waiting for, what I dislike. So what I really dislike about this game is that you can't remove your attachments from the guns. It makes the whole gun system stupid. You know what? I also really dislike the gun system, and I blame games like Fortnite. Fortnite fucking sucks. It is awful. I hate it. And thanks for having the same gun system. Yeah. The fact that there's 3 lines of supply points that you can choose from, but you can't choose what's next in it, makes you waste a lot of supply points on the lines you think you want, but they don't have cards that actually help your build. And you're like, oh, this doesn't have customization for the characters that I like. So you're wasting points in places that you do not like that playstyle. And then also, I dislike that the fact that the bots are freaking terrible. They'll like teleport in front of you and just start taking bullet damage from you, and they won't shoot until things are right next to them. It gets really annoying really fast. They're basically Cowman. Like, they're a level of Cowman that is so high that Cowman looks like a normal person. Now, for those of you that don't get it, Cowman is the word I use for a word that is not politically correct. Cowman is my friend, and he's not very bright. We love you, Cowman. I just want you to know that. Sorry, Cowman. Thank you. My score for this is a 6.3 out of 10. There are a lot of bugs in this game that causes major issues. Like, let's say you set up a turret and you want to shoot the turret. Sometimes it just starts shooting your normal gun, or you'll start like swinging your melee weapon and you can't get it in. You can't get it in. I'm sorry. Sometimes it doesn't set up, like you can't see it to set up the turret. So there's a lot of bugs with the turret. There's a lot of bugs randomly throughout the game. Playing this game with your friends makes it a lot more fun. I've recommended all my friends that have Game Pass get it. I don't recommend it when you have to pay for it. I don't think the game is good enough to want to pay $60 for it, but getting it on Xbox Game Pass made it so much better. It allowed me to play a game that my friends want to play that I did not want to play, because on the beta I disliked it so much that I probably would have scored it a 3 on the beta. Sometimes randoms are worse than the terrible bots, so playing online can make it even worse. So you want to play with your friends. If your friends have Xbox Game Pass and you have Xbox Game Pass, I recommend the game. I'm giving it a 6.3 out of 10. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video, whether it's a review or me giving my thoughts on something else or a playthrough. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and even follow my Twitch.